In the bottom right, in the red, we have our Protoss player 1 of 2. He is
MVP Swagger.
No preview screen today for us, guys.
so I don't actually know who that is until that comes up. In the upper left, he'll have to win the next 2 games. Can he do it? He is
SK Telecom T1 parting.
What's so funny? I see.
I have a challenge for you. You accept?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Excellent. Use swagger in a sentence.
Swagger?
Yeah.
Like correctly in a sentence?
Yes, but not a short sentence. That's more than like 5 words. More than 5 words.
Okay, hold on a second. As I see Artosis' walk, his swagger tells me that he's feeling confident coming into work today.
Oh, good sentence.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you?
Because if you ask me, I'd just be like, Tasteless has swagger.
I was preparing for some kind of trap right there.
No,
I was like, all right.
I just wanted to hear you use the word swagger in a sentence. I like how you use it in a good sentence.
It's like something out of like.
So somebody like,
I got swagger.
I got swagger.
Like somebody really gets it off. He's like, "You're such a swagger." It's like, no. Oh, Artosis Kodas is back.
It's back finally.
It's
Thank
back.
God.
Thank God. It's so good to
feels good, man.
doing the show again.
Yeah, it's like our baby was missing for months. Finally, found it again.
It was like our baby was missing and we couldn't find it at the mall for months. And then eventually somebody at JCPenney's got on the telecom thing and was like, Kodas has been
over
found
here
hiding.
At the end of August.
Yeah, at the end of August over here.
Yeah.
Will you please come and claim your baby?
We're like, oh, it's us.
Oh, it's us. I didn't even notice Kodas.
We see some ID. And like, we both rip our shirts and we have Artosis and Tasteless tattooed on our chest.
That's right. Except that you have Tasteless and I have Artosis.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah.
What else would it be? It wouldn't make sense
It'd be
otherwise.
so weird.
We'd be narcissists otherwise.
Man, Swagger played so well in that last game. Not to take anything away from Parting, he was really good, but I just...
You know, he made some mistakes, though. The Nexus snipe, I see what he was trying, but it wasn't really...
That was pretty desperate. That was like, even if that works, you could still lose.
By the way, I actually like the way these builds are matching up for Swagger, because Swagger's throwing down the quick Twilight, whereas Parting's going for the quick Nexus. And while you definitely can go quick Nexus on this map, I think it's maybe the weakest for it, because
I think so.
The Nexus is so far away from the ramp that if your opponent does it right, like for instance, on most maps, the Nexus cannon will kill any sentries that are trying to force OD ramp. Like maybe they'll get one off, but they can overall kill the sentries. Here, can't happen. The sentries can stay on the side. So
the distance that from your main ramp and the expansion is so important.
Yeah.
It's actually so oftentimes kind of glossed over.
And that makes me look at this and say, you know what? If Swagger actually executes this perfectly, I think that he can break it. And it looks like Parting probably going Blink behind this, which is kind of a meta type of move. But his Blink is going to be
PvP
later.
in general is like this hyper meta matchup. You know,
Truly
there's so much about it's a lot of it's based on trends.
Yeah.
And actually, he's going to go a DT off a fast expand.
Yeah, and
whereas we're going to have this from Swagger for his Warp Gate Blink.
He's saying, hey, why don't you commit to killing this Nexus? And if you're doing a build such as Blink Stalker that commits to killing it, then I'm going to kill you with DTs and win a funny-looking little base race. One where you have no detection and my DT kills all your Blink Stalkers in my main while I lose all my probes.
If you get in that base race, you always want to try to Blink on top of that... their probes, if it is a base trade,
Don't let them get out.
If those probes get out, they can start hiding pylons everywhere, and even though the DTs might not be able to be spotted, the Stalkers kill faster.
Yeah, this is a cool build by Party. He's even going for that Blink, so kind of neat. But we'll see what can actually be done against this by Swagger. How quickly will he figure out what's going on? Because actually, this Dark Shrine is so fast. Wow, I actually really like this build by Parting. I love Parting's DT builds. He has the best DT builds in the whole world.
All right, well, he's moving out now.
Like, there's no detection right now for for Swagger at all. In fact, he's just going to die, I guess. Kind of funny. Kind of a funny little game that we're watching right here.
Occasionally we've seen people do stuff like throw down a forge.
Yeah.
And like hide a cannon somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a fine way to
run
do
around
it.
the map. Yeah.
If you can hide your robo or your forge, it's the best way to try to beat a build like this. Because overall, as far as armies go, easy win for Swagger. But the DT changes absolutely everything. And with another DT probably going into his main base right now.
Okay, so there's no detection here.
This is where
for
Swagger's heart sinks.
And with the Nexus cannon here, yeah.
Well, this is where you decide, can I get detection up? And looking at his money,
he
no,
hasn't
is
even
the answer.
evacuated the probes yet. He should be tapping out. We'll probably go into game number 3 pretty closely here.
I'm sorry, I was actually a little bit wrong there. This move is the only one I really don't super like here by blinking him, because he's actually getting a robo, but there's way too much damage on his stalkers by doing that. You know, the thing is, he's going to get that observer too. I think he should have. It was a terrible situation for him, no matter what. I guess is the best thing to say about it.
Well, that robo is still not done. You see, the number of stalkers right now for partying is just too high. So GG, there you go.
Really good build.
Yeah,
Parting
nice
completely
job
winning
by
off build
Party.
order there. That was.
Swagger's probably pretty confident once you start hitting that Nexus.
Yeah.
He's probably saying, "Okay, I got this."
That's the mistake. Whenever you start beating a player like Parting, like this is a true thing.
Trap.
Yeah, it's a trap. And that's what it was. He decided that any build that could kill that, the DT would do damage against at the minimum. And the things that would kill that are things such as, let's say, the 1 Oracle 3-gate.
Yep.
A blank stalker build like that. Both of those, the counter DT warp in is going to do massive amounts of damage against.
Yeah.
Or even just kill. So that's a really smart build by Parting. He covers up the weaknesses, because if you go for anything robo-based, it would be like the worst build in the world if it killed Parting there. It would be like, oh wow, you got me, but because your build doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah.
Like, why? I just want Observer Stalker. Yeah.
How about
build.
that?
It's like, well, no, it's not a good build. But I really, wow. Parting. How many? I should need like an actual notebook just of Parting builds. That's how many of those I steal.
He's such a revolutionary.
He is.
And his builds are so much tighter than everybody else's. And, this is not to take anything away from Swagger. Swagger's good. Especially today. But I mean, when I was coming in here, I was expecting Swagger to probably just get knocked out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Probably actually be first
like one of the moles from the amusement park where the mole pops up and you just hit him with the hammer and it goes back down.
Yeah. Is that actually called whack-a-mole or something like that?
I'm sure some of them are called whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
I'm sure like the really cheap places I went, it's like hit the mole or something, like non-name brand whack-a-mole.
All right, our map is going to be Polar Night. And this is going to be the third game between these two.
Yeah, and you know what? It can get cold in the middle of the Polar Night, Tasteless.
It can. Bring your mittens, bring a scarf.
Bring a vitamin D machine.
A vitamin D machine?
Yeah.
It's like the sun?
At the South Pole, they actually have things you sit in to get vitamin D.
Oh, that's actually cool. Oh, I've heard of this stuff, actually. Yeah. All right, guys. Game number 3 is about to go underway. Let's see who goes on to the winners here in the GSL Code S.